So now we're going to get into an ulnar nerve, tensioning sequence, gliding sequence, and slacking sequence. So the ulnar nerve, again, starts at your brain and runs down through your hand and innervates these last two fingers, as well as a lot of other things up here. So what I hear the most is that people often get tingling through their pinky. So if you ever get tingling through your pinky, or just weakness through kind of the second half of the hand, then an ulnar nerve glide is great for you, especially as we move kind of up through the elbow and kind of back towards the tricep. You'll probably feel it there as well. So again, we're going to go through tensioning, we're going to glide through each joint, and then we're going to slack it. And before we do all that, we're going to test it. So we're going to test this one again with our grip strength. So go ahead and use your right hand and hold onto your forearm. Give it a really, really big squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as hard as you can, and then let that go. Okay, so we begin by bringing our palm and putting it towards the ceiling. We're going to make sure that our elbow is pressing to the side and away from our body, and that our shoulder blade is depressed. So if you can't find that, go ahead and give your shoulder blade a few lift and lower, and then find it settled in that back and down position. With the palm facing the sky, you might already feel some activation through the pinky and through the ring finger. If you don't, it's okay, we'll find it. You might have to wiggle yourself around. Sometimes this takes some finding. Just like in our median nerve, the head is going to tilt away from the hand. Okay? So we have our elbow up, shoulder blade back, palm to the sky. This is our tensioning sequence. And now we begin our glide. So let the fingertips come to the knuckles and extend them back out, and to the knuckles and back out, and then to the wrist. Fold it over. I told you we'd be doing a lot of really weird positions. We'll do one more for good measure. Then in the elbow, so press the hand out, bend the elbow back in. And if at any point these go above a 3 or 2 out of 10, reduce it. And you can reduce that by bringing your head to neutral, or just not going quite as far. Now we come into our shoulder. Lift and lower the shoulder. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Then our head. Up to neutral and away. And neutral and away. One more. And then we get to rest. Go ahead and give your opposite forearm a squeeze, and notice if that is stronger, or if there's no change, or if it's weaker, because sometimes that happens if our nerves aren't into tensioning. And if they're not into tensioning, then we go into slacking. So in a slacking exercise, again, we had our kind of elasticity, and now we're going to shorten everything up. So we were here, and now we're going to go here. So elbow's going to be straight. Your hand is going to make a really cute little club shape down here. Then draw that shoulder to the ear and ear to the shoulder. So again, a slacking sequence is just the shortest that our body can make that nerve. And after we hold it for 5 seconds or so, let it go. Go ahead and grip your arm and retest, and notice if it's stronger or weaker. Okay, now we head into the second side. So go ahead and do your pre-test by squeezing your forearm. Another pre-test you can do, if you happen to specifically have injured your wrists, you can do a pre-test where you measure the flexion and extension of your hands. If, say, you had an injury and one doesn't go quite as far, this is also a good retest for you. So choose your pre-test, give yourself a squeeze or move your wrists, and then we'll lift our trays. So the palm of the hand is towards the ceiling, fingers are nice and long, and shoulder blades are depressed. Letting that elbow come straight out from the body and just seeking out a 2 or 3 out of 10 of that slightly nervy sensation through the pinky and ring finger. If you want more, tilt the head away. This is our full tensioning sequence for the ulnar nerve. Now from here, we start from the fingers, curling to the knuckles and extending out, and the knuckles, and out. And sometimes as I go through these, move on to the wrist, I notice that other parts of my body might be trying to help in these awkward other positions. So try to let yourself really relax and ground through the feet. Okay, next time your palm is up, move it into the elbow, extending the palm out and in. This tends to be the most intense sensation for this one, so be kind. Okay, moving into the shoulder. Lift the shoulder blade and lower it down. Next time it's down, move on to the head. Up and over and up. Last one. And give that a release. Go ahead and do your pre-test, whether you squeezed your forearm or took a little flexion and extension test. Notice if that mobility is any better or worse. If it is worse, go ahead and move into slacking. And even if it's better, let's see what slacking does, because that's kind of fun. So we have this really cute little club hand. Our elbow is straight. And then we're going to bring our ear to shoulder and shoulder to ear, both of them. Pull all of that together, thinking of that idea of the nerve slacking, totally relaxing. And then release, and do your retest. Give your forearm a squeeze. Yeah, it's interesting, because you think tensioning would really give a lot of activation, but damn, that slacking sequence is like a third more strength for me personally. I don't know how it did for you. Okay, so that was the end of our ulnar nerve tensioning, gliding, and slacking sequence.